You know,
Oh,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
So
They got one of the better ones.
yeah, and that's what I was told him because when I was talking to him after the Vikings didn't select a safety, because when he listened to our mock draft, he was saying, I didn't get a safety or an edge rusher. I said there was really. I said I gave you an edge rusher. I said, but not the edge rusher you wanted because all the ones
Yeah.
he wanted and the
Oh yeah,
safeties were gone in
they
our
were
mock
gone.
draft. Yeah,
Yeah.
but then it's like it's crazy because Minnesota got one of the edge rushers that was a possibility for falling to the Bears. But yeah, when all those edge rushers went, and then the bottom
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
two safeties
Pre-sack.
out of the top three safeties started falling.
Yeah.
Safety, he was very excited, and I don't know, we talked about a little bit last week. One thing I like to do
Uh
now that they have these not really called they're not actual they say it's not gambling, but predictive market is basically gambling. You
oh
know,
yeah. Yeah.
so
It's yeah,
so
it's
so
gambling.
yeah, you're making the prediction, but that's what I was doing. As soon as Minnesota, didn't didn't pick that safety,
Yeah.
I saw that they that the prediction markets the money the the value went down on the safety, but not so much to kind of sway me from it because the predictive markets were thinking the Bears were even going to go O line, because of Dahlman retiring, or
Yeah.
another edge rusher, which is my buddy was saying he thought they were going to do edge rusher. If the safeties weren't involved, I said, but if I'm getting plus money on a safety and the Vikings pass, I said it's a no brainer. And you were
Yeah,
still,
it's
I
a
was,
no-brainer.
yeah, you're getting two and a
Yeah.
half to one on your money. So it's like,
Yeah.
okay, bet $10, win $25.
Can't
So
argue with that. To buy your Subway sandwich nowadays.
yeah, that's right. Hey, or dinner for two at Zaxby's. You
Oh
know,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah.
like,
No Cajun fries though.
yeah, oh yeah, yeah. You got to
That's
can't even get a
$32.
drink nowadays. Yeah, yeah. I'm about to say I was shocked last time I went to Zaxby's how much I spent on just me and my wife. I
Yeah,
was like, oh my
buddy.
gosh,
Yeah, yeah.
you know,
It's crazy out
it's
here.
crazy.
Yeah.
And,
But
Mr. 41, are you taking any victory laps on your
oh
Jadarian
man,
Price pick?
he was just rolling the
I was like,
dice. I'm like, man.
yeah. It's like I mean, 411 was nailing his picks left and right.
Yeah,
I
that's
mean,
what
he
the
got
Super Bowl champion do, I
yeah,
guess.
he got the Jeremiah. He nailed the Jeremiah Love at number three.
Yeah,
And I was talking to 411. He's like, I said there was only 10% of the public was thinking Jadarian Price would be in the first round,
yeah,
much less nailing the first round. But to nail the team with it too
yeah,
was pretty impressive on
yeah,
411's part.
yeah. That was almost equivalent to having a perfect bracket in the
Yeah.
March
That's
Madness.
right. That's right. Or like we did on our show when we picked Illinois going to the Final Four. Not a lot of people picked them, but
Yeah,
it was there was a possibility that happened.
yeah,
You know,
yeah.
so
So,
but yeah, it was. But overall, how did you like your team, Philadelphia?
um, Philly,
We-
I gave them A minus. I liked it. I really liked their. I think it was an A or A minus. I gotta go back to my text.
mhm.
For the NFC East. But yeah, no, I liked it, man. To come away with Makai Lemon, I mean,
Yeah, talk about
basically,
another guy that fell. I
yeah,
mean, yeah, Rams
top,
passing up on him, and
yeah, yeah.
yeah,
They trying to spin it, but what's the name? McVay was pissed. McVay was pissed.
oh yeah,
He
McVay.
was stayed up half the night,
Yeah,
drawing up
remember? Yeah,
offenses.
and then I mean, he was mad when he had to come on air the very
Yeah.
next day and say he wasn't mad.
He
Like,
wasn't
come
mad.
on, man, you
Oh,
can't.
he was
I,
bad, bro. He was
yeah,
bad. He was sitting him. Oh, I could put Puka here. Oh, I could put Devontae
yeah,
here. Oh man, and then we got Kyron here, and we got
yeah,
Higby here. Oh man,
yeah,
he had the whole offense laid
yeah.
out, and then he
Yeah,
just
but Phil
balled
Red
it
Zone,
up.
what's going to happen if Nakua gets suspended with his problems and Devontae has another injury? Then they have no reserve. I mean, they're going to
Nobody.
what are they going to be running four tight ends in a
Four
pattern?
tight ends in the little little scat receiver number
Yeah,
15.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. A Tutu Atwell.
Yeah,
Or,
Tutu.
the only wide receiver running a route.
Yeah,
So
yeah. They might put Kyron out at in slot at the slot, and
yeah.
then run
Yeah.
the kid from Michigan.
Okay.
Yeah, that's about it. Cause yeah, that Puka man, whew, that dude's
Yeah.
a stud. But yeah,
He's got issues.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I know, right? I
So
know. But
hey,
yeah,
and
no, mhm.
I briefly asked you about that pick for Cole Payton for the Eagles. So you really
Yeah,
think their backup's going to get traded?
yeah. I think they're working on trying to get Tanner McKee out to Arizona.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
Yeah,
mean,
that affects me because I don't know if you know this, but I know Mr. For One knows I play in some dynasty leagues,
mhm.
and I was getting Tanner McKee on the cheap.
Oh wow.
Right at the end of the year, thinking, hey, if he does get traded, hey, he's
Yeah,
shown what he can do with a good solid supporting cast. So hey,
yeah,
I would not be adverse or to him to the idea of him being traded.
yeah. That goes to my theory of
I
Howie
like it though.
Roseman shocking the world, sending
Uh,
Tanner McKee and AJ to to the Cardinals again, MHJ.
oh wow.
Oh, I will blow a
Oh
lid if
man,
that
come on
happens.
now, come on.
What? Do we need to go on air if that when that happened? We going on the air
I,
that
I
night.
can't say that. There's the salary. I mean, because you're already still kind of got a discount on the salary with Marvin Harrison Jr. You get that
Yes,
5th-year option.
yes.
So I, if you offer me
We call
to
him Ski Mask Howie.
oh my
He.
goodness, if
Oh,
he does Arizona would be in an uproar.
oh
If
man,
that
dude.
happened.
Oh man, I mean, but the GM could sell it. He like, look, we got Jeremiah Love, we got a quarterback, we got AJ Brown, we got Buda Baker. Like,
Yeah.
we can make some noise with that offense. I mean,
Mhm.
AJ gonna be pissed, but hey, because they already saying Vrabel silently the owner is pissed off with Vrabel and he's trying to find a way out of that contract. So
Wow.
yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
whole situation is just no bueno.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm hearing Mike Tomlin
Oh.
might be the head coach soon.
Look,
Hey! Was Mike Tomlin the one that leaked the photos
I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be
the
surprised,
guy
man.
who's in the way might want a job is like, hey, let me get this get these
Yeah,
photos out
he
there.
got his glasses on in the corner of the bar,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah. They'd be the shortest tenure on a network television
I
program.
know.
I know, right?
Yeah. Hey, but if you
Yeah,
get
he had Brady beat.
yeah, and, hey, let me tell you, if you can get a job with the New England Patriots ownership and young quarterback Derek May as a build-in foundation block,
Yeah,
that's a pretty good situation right now. They went from a bad situation to a good situation almost overnight.
yeah,
It's
yeah.
crazy.
They got their left tackle. I mean,
Yeah.
what's it, Lomu?
Yep. Yeah,
Yeah,
because their first pick last year he was struggling.
yeah.
And I mean, it looks like they said it looks like he was on roller skates.
Oh
So
yeah,
that's why they said, hey, got to move him to the right side. Well, even though he was the top offensive lineman last year, he had that one thing that you don't want for an offensive lineman: those short arms.
oh
You
yeah,
have
yeah. T
a
Rex.
short arm offensive, yeah.
Look
And
like Kevin,
Seattle showed.
y'all might like this one, Kevin Willis with the short arms.
Oh yeah, yeah,
Oh my
yeah. For the
goodness.
Hawks.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
he's 7 foot with a 5'11" player arms. Yeah. So.
Oh man, that's not right.
Nah, that ain't right, bro.
Yeah, oh yeah, but hey man, we are live, so yeah,
All
y'all just keep
right.
rolling, man.
Well,
I heard the part about about me picking nailing a lot of picks. I
Yeah,
don't know,
yeah.
man. I felt like Stephen Curry when he get hot. Every time you
oh
just
man,
throw it up and go
you
in.
Yeah.
well you nail it because what was crazy is you had Mansoor Delaney, uh, Kansas City staying
Yeah.
pat, but Kansas City said we want him so bad we're going to
traded up.
They were watching the show.
Oh yeah, no, they were. They were
Picks.
scouting, man.
So not only underdog draft in the underdog draft, what we're doing, you don't need to.
Oh man.
Oh, we just lost your calculator.
The pick and the team. So
yeah.
So you nailing the team and the pick. You regardless of where they pick, you nailed it. But I can tell you, Philly Rizzo, I was texting 411 throughout the drive saying, you're on fire.
Yeah, I was too. Yeah. I was like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah, man. It just kind of felt that way.
Yeah, the pick that threw everything off was the David Bailey pick. Man, I was like, whoa, hold on, Jets.
Hey, that was smoke screen. Hey, it threw me off on the mock draft. When you actually cancel a visit, with a guy. But I'm telling you, it's more and more, that's how it's going because of the NFL reporting rules. Because I didn't know this, but if you schedule a player to come to your facility, you have to record it. You have to send it in the paperwork. Mm-hmm. But if you go and visit a player at just at a dinner at where they're at, you don't have to report it. Because they were talking about, that's why the Rams didn't have any reports with visiting Ty Simpson. But they actually went out and did visit him on several occasions. They just never had him visit them on their thing. So that way they didn't have to report it.
They got loopholes, man. Yeah, Ty said that he told him, hey, if you come out, you're going to be a first-round pick. And they told him that.
Especially with Deontay Moore going back.
Oh, yeah,
Deontay Moore going back, Ty Simpson was clearly the number 2 overall.
Yeah,
But I heard what word on the street is he turned down $6 million to go to Miami. If he would have stayed in another year and Ty Simpson would have stayed in, he was guaranteed to go to Miami. But he knew even $6 million, he would have been the 5th.
I was about to say he's going to be like the 5th. He was going to be the
next year is going to be that quarterback draft.
Yeah, so, and he might go late first. Yeah, not 13. So.
Yeah, this the year to get in. If you're gonna get in, you better, if you can get in the draft, go ahead and do it this year because next year is gonna be a mess.
And like I said, that's why I thought Deontay Moore was going to come out. But then I said, when you look at it, if he's probably going to be the number 2 overall quarterback next year, anyways.
Yeah.
Why chance coming out now and get picked by the New York Jets? With the first pick in the second round.
Yeah, well, he's gonna get picked by the Jets either way.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But now, but now the Jets have a little bit more pieces, to help them with, because they got 3 first-rounders next year. They, even though
I've been saying that since '87 calculator.
Yeah.
Ken O'Brien, they got pieces.
Oh man. So but I'm gonna pull up the Jets real quick while we're
let's pull them up, man.
There we go.
Yeah, because we already know what the Raiders is.
Yeah. So
Flowers and Fernando and the kid.
I mean, David Bailey. Hey.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you could go wrong, but they wanted production now. Sadiq was the one I didn't understand.
I didn't understand it because they took
Mason Taylor.
Mason Taylor last year, and I'm
second round last year. It's like, and guys, you passed up on Brock Bowers 2 years ago when you had the chance to get him. So all of a sudden, we're going to just start drafting tight ends. It didn't make sense to me. I like the D'Angelo Pons pick, but Darryl Jackson. But And I'm really going to rag. Okay, let's take Sadiq. Bad pick. We all agree because of all. But Klubnik. Okay, guys, you traded. It's what they did to get him. They traded their other 2 fourth round draft picks to come up and pick Klubnik. I went over that 4th round. Nobody was picking Klubnik in the 4th round.
Nope.
They could have stayed put and then three 4th round picks. Or 2-4 cents to move up, and it goes right. Even that's what Yahoo said. And so why trade multiple 4th round? He has talent, but a bad last season. I mean, he was going to be there. And guys, you're drafting a quarterback next year. I mean, that's already a given.
Yeah.
So it was not only you wasted basically your whole fourth round, in my opinion. I mean, but that's why I can be an armchair quarterback all day long. But I mean, I would just like to. I didn't hear any, any reasons why they did that. So I've seen,
it's like they had a plan for the top three, and then they was just throwing darts at the dartboard. Yeah, it was like, oh, this Spurt got just get him. Oh, D'Angelo Pond, he looked like Aaron Glenn. Get him. It's like,
now, hey, I'm a Pons guy, but the guy is undersized as a shutdown corner. He's more of a nickel back. But hey, he did great against Ohio State when they played Ohio State. I agree.
Yeah.
But when he's got to go up against those NFL receivers time and time again, size does matter at the quarterback position. I'm sorry.
Yes, and it's where's Waldo. Where you at? Okay, we're gonna run to that side. Let's beat him up a little bit and then throw at him. While he's picking himself off of that turf.
And let me tell you, it was a different time when Aaron Glenn played football than we are now.
Exactly.
That is me. But hey, it is what it is. I mean, I kind of but one of the picks we all are, well, at least me and Philly agree on is the Giants. I mean, that great pick. We see what happens when you get a competent coach comes in. All of a sudden, what's crazy is the ownership gets smart. Well, maybe they got smart because they say, okay, because I mean, just they got what fell to them.
Yeah.
I love, because Arvell Reese, I know they wasn't expecting him to fall that far. No. And then, hey, you need to tackle. You got a young quarterback. Let's get more help on the offensive line.
Yeah.
I like Colton Hood. He was a guy that can play shut corner at a time. Malachi Fields, a project, yes, but he was not the alpha. You got neighbors on the other side. Malachi Fields, you can bring him along slowly. Another two. They got 3 tackles, so they have a lot of versatility. So I really like what the Giants did, not only early on, but what they did, later in the draft. They didn't pick their first 3 picks and then take the pick off. And let's give us 411. We love fantasy football drafts when we got a guy that gets hammered, and they pick their first 2 picks, and then they don't know who they're picking. They're just looking down the sheet.
Yeah,
and, half the time
randomly picking people.
And then they just start picking somebody that they know hadn't been taken.
Just grab somebody.
So hey, a tale of 2 cities. So I don't know how Lacey was handling that, Mr. 411, but for every New York pick, besides the first, although I'll give them the good pick with Omar Cooper Jr. because they needed a receiver. So I applaud them actually for moving up and getting him, because I guarantee you, if they hadn't moved up to got him, San Francisco would have picked him, because San Francisco was looking at receiver. But I think San Francisco was saying, hey, we like that Ole Miss receiver as much as we like Cooper, so that's why they made the trade with the Jets, because they knew that Ole Miss receiver would be there with the first pick in the second round.
Yeah, his build is like Brandon Ayuk, who they're about to release and or trade. So his that sleek receiver, good in space, not the fastest guy. Strong hands. I mean, so he has a little pedigree behind him, and he fits the profile of those San Francisco receivers, the Jennings and the Ayuks.
Yeah. So. And the one thing I'm going to say about their pick, I don't understand the running back pick. They got 4 running backs on their roster in San Francisco already. So I don't know, because they drafted that little running back from Oregon last year. I can't. He escapes me, but I know he's out of Oregon. And then they just and they traded for Brian Robinson Jr.
and then they got Isaac. What's the name? And
Garendo.
Garendo. Caffrey.
So hey, I did not like the overall draft for San Francisco. I like the trade down, but the trade down further, because I guarantee you Stribling was not on a lot of boards high up on the board. Matter of fact, in all my draft, I didn't get him in the first 3 rounds. So
he was borderline a third, late third, early fourth round receiver. I think they reached.
All right, so we're going to talk a little bit about Mr. 411's team. I got him pulled up here, Mr. 411. You called the Jadarian Price pick. Kudos. Are there any yays, nays that you liked with the Seattle draft?
Well, I mean, that's the one I like. I like the fact that we took care of the situation with the running back. You know what I'm saying? Because that position, as I was stated on the previous show, we lost Walker to third, and so you have to figure out a way to make up at that running back spot. I think Seattle's solid everywhere else. I mean, the D line is already loaded. You know what I'm saying? With coming after people in waves. But and defense was set. Offense has key pieces. We got good receivers. I mean, we have what we need. And so really, Seattle's just basically drafted for depth. But that running back spot is the key for next season because of the injury to Charbonnet. So I like what we did. I like the decision that we made.
Yeah, and get Price some reps early on. Running back. They do say running back is one of the easiest positions to get as a rookie, with the exception of pass protection. But the good thing about Jadarian Price is once Charbonnet come back, Jadarian Price knows how to play in the committee. He knows how to play behind an alpha. He's a great change of pace type guy. I think he's going to be a great addition. I think it was a good pick for, like you see, for if you only have one need, might as well use your first round pick on, especially since this was a weaker overall running back class. So you had Love at the very top, and then actually everything I saw was there were 2 tiers. There was Love, then there was Price, and then there was everybody else.
And then you know what I'm saying, teammates. And again, we also picked up Emmanuel Wilson from Green Bay. So I think we're going to be solid at running back this year. It will be a committee situation.
Yeah.
And another one I want to talk about, since we have a guy that's close to the Texans, because their second pick was a favorite of mine that I'm very upset that Buffalo passed up on. Especially because I thought with Buffalo trading down, I said, they're targeting Caden McDonald, right? Yeah. So, but they passed on. I don't know why. Yes, they needed a linebacker, but they needed an Ed Oliver protector, a guy that can eat up blocks to help Ed Oliver out, and it didn't happen. And it just happened to go to the Texans, who just happened to have one of the most ferocious defenses in the league. And all they did, but hey, like you said in the mock draft, Philly, they were going offensive line in the first round. They got their offensive linemen because they're, like you said, they're just going to pick up. Like I said, they got 2 guards, the guy to Georgia Tech, got the guy out of Oklahoma, and they're just going to, put them in there and see what fits, because if you have a defense like that, I mean, you don't need to do much.
No, really, I mean, they're holding teams to 17 points a game on average.
Yeah.
Now you add this guy, you still got Will Anderson, who got a new contract. You got Hunter, who they gave some money. You got Stingley Jr. and what's it? Lassiter?
The safety?
I mean the other corner.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean they're stacked, man. That defense is going to be a problem. You put a 330 D tackle, and then they just pay Al Shazier.
Yeah, there he is, Al Shazier. Yeah, that's the name I was trying to pull up. The linebacker. So he got paid. So I mean, the Texans. And then you get a rookie with. Now the thing is, since he's a second round pick, he don't get that 5-year option. No. But you can lock the guy in for 4 years. And like I said, they've already paid their defense. This team isn't going anywhere.
No.
You know what I'm saying? So that's good luck. With the Colts, and good luck with the Jaguars. But hey, I pulled up here the Browns because I want to talk a little about the Browns because they went into a quantity over quality type pick. They just got a lot of picks, and they used every one of them. I mean, they got the tackle, and you think they were trying to get Shador Sanders some weapons? Concepcion, Boston. Yeah. I mean, so, and then of course, one of my favorite picks was the third best cornerback in the draft, who fell later in round 2. McNeil Warren.
Yeah.
So that's that. I really was impressed with what the Browns did, not only having all those picks, and then they got their pride. They got another quarterback in Taylor Green, although he's a totally different animal than your Dylan Gabriel, than your Shedeur Sanders, as a guy that can run. But the one difference between Taylor Green and he has the same athletic build as a Anthony Richardson.
Yeah.
But Taylor Green's got a lot more starts than Anthony Richardson did coming out of college. So I think that's true. I think that's going to be, because if people remember, Taylor Green broke my heart. The reason I know this is because this is when he played with Boise State. I had a UNLV against Boise State in the bowl game. I said this was the upset, and then Taylor Green went off. It just crushed my bowl bracket, and it still haunts me to this day 3 years later. And I said, man, I'm never going to bet against that guy again. Hey.
But pause right there though for a second. So Dylan Gabriel was drafted last year.
Yep.
Shedeur Sanders was drafted last year.
Yep.
Deshaun Watson is back.
Yep.
And
Flacco's sitting in the locker room.
But hey, he might go back. You never know. Flacco's always trying to find a team. If you need somebody to chuck the ball,
it feels like a musical chair situation. I mean, three young quarterbacks and a veteran, and somebody's got to go. So I wonder if they did that move knowing that that's going to be the case.
Or hey, you never know. Taylor Green's that athletic build. Put him out at wide receiver. If you got an athletic guy, that can throw the ball, develop them
in a Taysom like a Taysom Hill situation.
Well,
or remember what was that dude? The former Arkansas quarterback, the white guy,
Matt Jones.
There you go.
Yep.
Yeah. So like I said, but it was a 6th-round pick. He was still out there.
Yeah.
They had plenty of they addressed their offensive line because they got a tackle, they got a center, as you see.
Yeah.
At 2 tight ends.
Yeah.
So they are definitely going quantity over quality. Although, like I said, quality. I mean, they had, 2 first rounds, 2 second rounds. I mean, so they definitely they improved their team. No doubt.
Their top 4 is solid. That top 4 picks. I can't hate on the Browns. Those are solid picks. I mean, you come with Concepcion in Boston. I mean, that's your big receiver. That's your slot. You still got what's the name? From Alabama, Judy.
Yeah.
Still got Judy for now. You still got.
I think Cedric Tillman's still on the team.
Yeah, Tillman is still there. Yeah. So they got bodies. You got those running backs. I mean, Simpson and Quentin Junkins.
Junkins. Yeah.
And they were actually solid at tight end last year.
Yeah,
too.
You got the tight end that from
Harold Fannin Jr. Yeah, Fannin Jr.
Yes, so
that's why I saw that. But I think a lot of people are going to 12 and 13 personnel. I think that's why you saw a bunch of tight ends going this draft. Well, a bunch of tight ends, and that tight ends were available in this draft compared to other skill players. So that was definitely one of the stories of this draft was the amount of tight ends that just because didn't your team get one?
Yeah, we picked the kid
Tower?
from
Vanderbilt, right?
Vandy. Yep. Stovers, whatever his name is.
And can you go to Philly too for a second about and talk about drafting a player that never played football?
Oh yeah, man. The kid from Nigeria, man. Usar Bernard.
Oh
yeah.
I mean,
they don't even have a college by.
Yeah, he's Nigeria, man.
He never played football.
Never. His measurables, man. They said the kid is 6'5". He ran a 4.6 in a 40, and he weighs 310 pounds with 6% body fat. I mean, goddamn. Excuse my language. That's. I mean, I was like, hold on. We got Spartacus? I was like, what?
You guys about to build a football player.
Literally. I mean, you look at Jordan Mailata, they got the track record. And hurt the defensive line coach. He was the coach that went down to the IMG Academy. They were saying and worked him out and told the Eagles like, look, get him. Give me, he got an open window for 3 years to work with him like they did Jordan Mailata. Now, if this kid come out, they said he got all his measurables is up there with old boy from the Browns, Myles Garrett.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, if he 2% of Myles Garrett, I'll take that.
Oh yeah, is in the 7th round? Yeah. I would say that 251.
Yeah, that's 6 sacks. Look, man, give me 6 sacks. That's it.
Yeah, I hear you.
A couple of hurries, but yeah, I mean the Eagles did solid. I love the fact that they jumped Pittsburgh for lemons because Pittsburgh have a keen eye for receivers, and if Pittsburgh like a receiver, then I like a receiver because I don't know, they had of all the teams they can find receivers. They can't find quarterbacks, but they can find receivers.
Yeah.
So
the Pittsburgh Steelers are like the Notre Dame. Go to the transfer portal and get a quarterback.
Yeah, and then the big guy from Miami, man, 6'9", 346 pounds. What's the tackle from Miami? What's his name? Bell, Martell Bell. Oh man, I saw that. I was like, hold on, Jonathan Ogden. Oh, that's another one. Look, if you could play 10% of Jonathan Ogden, we're good. Like,
oh wow,
I mean, I mean, then outside of that, it was kind of some crapshoots, but they top heavy from their first 3 picks. So
I was
got
guys that can play right away.
Yeah, and then we got another Bulldog. I mean, it's not a draft if you don't draft from Georgia.
Hey, served them pretty well so far, right?
Yeah, can't complain.
Why don't go to the well? Oh yeah, see, that's the Saints got. Hey, say that's a perfect segue there.
Yes, sir.
My team, they said, hey, if you can't beat them, join them. So yeah, their 2nd round pick, their 3rd round pick.
Yeah.
And the reason I'm giving them a more positive grade, even though I'm a pessimist at heart, if you've listened to my draft analysis on the Saints, I have not been in their corner. Especially, I'm still dazed from the Olave trade back in the day because, like I said, you don't trade, you get Kyle Hamilton and your man for the defensive line, Philly Red Zone that y'all got from Georgia. Jaden Carter. I'm sorry. Kyle Hamilton and Jaden Carter is a lot better than Olave, in my opinion.
Yeah.
And they get both of them if they don't make the trade.
Yeah.
So that's why, I'm really frustrated. But hey, this is the time. I like them going for receiver because they didn't have to trade up. Of course, they had a high enough draft pick they didn't have to. But I'm glad they just stayed put. Because I'm so glad Tate went ahead of him because although I'll be honest with you, I don't think the Saints, and this is my sources from New Orleans, they did not like Tate as a fit for what they were looking for in a receiver because Tate has always been a secondary receiver. Always been, and they're looking for a guy that can be an alpha if needed, if Olave goes out or something like that, But then they said, hey, Jordan Tyson's not enough. So that's what I love about this is they said, hey, let's get the big wide receiver out of North Dakota State, Brian Lance. That's
a steal right there.
I
had him going in at least the 3rd round, and y'all.
So I was surprised.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And then it's like, hey, we're not done yet. Barry and Brown. Hey, when Neuheisel was good for LSU, when he had his head straight and wasn't getting rushed, Barry and Brown could get open.
Yeah.
So that's why Lance and Barry and Brown, totally opposite types of player. So they can now. I'll go back to dynasty drafts. This kind of hurts the Valet people that like myself that invested heavily in Valet, because the Saints for some reason gave up a draft pick was because the Sean Payton New Orleans connection. I guess that they still that Valet, but hey, that's fine. Valet got hurt at the end of the year. He can take his time. The one questionable is I'm a little worried about Oscar Delp, but with Taysom Hill not coming back, Juwan Johnson can't run the amount of snaps he ran last year. It's just not possible. So they did, and so that's why I really was hoping they'd get a tight end in round 4 and get the cornerback that went to the Raiders, McCoy. He went the first pick in the 4th round. That's the guy I was hoping that the Saints would have gotten, because if you look at our draft, Styles is a safety. And they did well. TJ Hall. Can't get excited, but he fits a need. I really wanted more premium at the cornerback position, but overall, I'm happy with the Tyson pick. I'm happy with the Christian Miller pick because we needed another tackle with Cameron Jordan gone.
Yeah, Cameron Jordan, 100 years old. So far as tight end, Njoku was out there. I can see y'all, reaching out to him and bringing him in.
Yep.
Yeah, that would be a solid. That would be a solid pickup.
Definitely.
The only thing with Tyson, y'all have Olave with the concussion issues. Now you bring a receiver who has a history of his
injuries. That was the one drawback, and that's why I really couldn't give him an A+. On that, because there are questions. But I had to give him props. Because they didn't trade to get these picks. You got to take into account trades, because that's why I'm going to knock the Jets. I'm not going to knock the Jets on the Klubnik pick. I'm going to knock the Jets on the Klubnik pick on what they gave up to get Klubnik. So that's you got to. That's what I do. Now I don't know how you guys do y'all's how you do grading, but I just want to show the people that listen to our show what goes into my thought process of giving a grade. Is I am going to take trades into account, and that's why I'm not going to knock the Buffalo Bills. Let's look at the Buffalo Bills. I lot of people. I can't give them an A or an A- just for the mere fact is they passed on McDonald. The best, one of the top D tackles in the draft this year, but they still got TJ Parker. I had a 1st round grade on TJ Parker, so they did fill a need in that part. But the one reason I do like that pick, not just the player, is they traded down and still got him. So that's where it's something like that went to their favor. They were able to get 2 extra 4th round picks by trading back. So and what they do with that, they got Skylar Bell out of UConn. Needed wide receiver help in the wide receiver room, and they got that linebacker out of TCU. Got them back to back. So those are 2 picks they picked up, and still got a decent edge rusher in TJ Parker in with their pick. So I'm not giving them a C, because you got to give them some props for still getting needs, but trading back and getting more volume. And the Florida, you got that punter out of Florida. I'm not really keen on special teams player, but
waited on that.
You can that's why again I couldn't give him a B+.
They get a C for this, man. Poor Josh Allen. He's like, hey, where's my receiver? Okay, I see Bell, but come on.
Yeah.
Still don't have it.
Well, they got DJ Moore. Remember they traded.
But he's like he's more the same.
Yeah.
Remember they picked up the kid from Washington / Carolina, Samuel.
Curtis Samuel.
He's similar.
Yeah, but DJ Moore's got a little bit more production behind him than Curtis Samuel. I got to give him some of that, So hey, I'm sure Josh Allen. Hey, I think DJ Moore's coming over, kind of like. He's not going to be Stephon Diggs.
No,
you know that. But I think he is a guy that can get open, especially if you have teams that are worried about Josh Allen taking off running the ball. You got to commit more personnel up to cover that and take less off of coverage.
Yeah, and you're going to see a lot more backyard football because, DJ Moore, he can, he know how to play in space and because, he played with Caleb, and he played with, other quarterbacks that, had to scramble and could throw.
He knows the scramble drill.
Yeah. So he'll perfect that. But and then you still got Cook. So that's another weapon you have.
And Keon Coleman. Hey, if the guy just doesn't miss meetings, you know. Can't just go to, dude. I never missed a meeting before in all. I mean, granted, it was in high school that we had meetings, but I never missed a meeting. You know, you're expected to be there, and you know, in the real world, Philly, if I got a meeting at work, I'm there.
I'm there, yeah.
Because
by any means, I'm on the phone. I'm doing something. Hey, I'm in a meeting, but I'm moving around. But,
yeah, exactly. So that's why I say, you know, hey, a meeting is like going to work. You know, I know you're a football player, but to miss, there's really no excuse to missing meetings.
Yeah, I just hope he matured over this year and realized the error in his ways.
And we can see how good he is. Just look at that opening game against Baltimore in Week 1 of just last year. He was phenomenal. Yeah. Now, granted, he wasn't the rest of the year, but I think he had like 7 catches and a touchdown. I mean, he was, you know, it's like that's the Keon Coleman they drafted. But again, just you got to show up.
And then the tight end area. I mean, Knox is old, and then they got the kid. He had got hurt last year. Kincaid, man. Kincaid got to stay healthy.
That's their key. People don't realize how big a part that is.
Yeah,
he's huge. He's got to stay healthy. But now to his to the draft process, when he came out in the draft, that was a knock on Kincaid in college. He got nicked up a lot.
Yeah, because he went to Utah, college, right?
Yeah, Utah. He literally beat USC by himself. He had like 11 catches.
I remember that game.
Yeah, I mean, so that's why, you know, you love it when he's on the field. Yeah, but he just has to stay on the field.
Got to stay on the field, man. Yep. So best ability is availability. You know. So, but I mean, I would give Buffalo a C. I mean, we talked about. Let's go to
any team. Pick any team.
Let's go back to your division, man. Buccaneers.
Okay. They got the guy that you know. I had the Saints. Saints picking. Yeah. Because if he's there, of course, I again in our mock, if you remember, in our mock we had Tyson going to the Giants. Yeah. So and I didn't like Tate going to the Saints, so I said they would get rid. But hey, Reuben Baines falling to the 15th pick. Yeah. Hey, Tampa Bay says they don't care if Mike Evans left. Yeah. They said we'll get a wide receiver later on in the draft.
Yeah, because they got, like you said, they got Ibuka, so that's good.
Yep. They got him last year, probably for this reason. You know, they wanted Ibuka to kind of usher in, knowing Mike Evans wasn't going to be there forever. Yeah. Chris Godwin's a year moved from his injury 2 years ago. Yeah. But they did, and they got they had
McMillan. They got McMillan.
Yeah. He was nicked up, but he got back. Yeah. And can play. You know, so they got wide receivers that are great, and then they added Ted Hurst.
Yeah, Ted Hurst is silently, man. They said he got good measurables. I mean, he played against smaller school talent, but when he played against teams, the SEC teams, he was noticeable. You know, he didn't go super crazy, but I mean, he has some pedigree behind him. He's what, like 6'4", 212 or something like that, 215.
Yep. Yeah, around there.
You know, it's just gonna come down to his to him running routes. How much of a technician he is as a route runner. Because you're not gonna play bully ball like he did at Georgia State, going up against Louisiana State and all those schools.
Louisiana Monroe.
Yeah, Monroe. Yeah,
the directional. The hyphenated Louisiana teams.
Yeah, you mossing future doctors and lawyers.
So, but like I said, I think they just picked him as a extra, more depth. I like the Josiah Trotter pick.
Oh yeah. Now that was
linebacker, SEC linebacker. I mean, he was great in SEC play, and
he was.
that Alabama game.
He stood out in that Alabama game. He stood out definitely.
So and then they just overall a good draft. Yeah. They dipped into the tight end at the end, but again, if you look at every draft, it seemed like every team at least got one tight end.
Yeah, everybody got a tight end. This was the year of the tight end.
Now that Josiah Trotter, isn't he related to Jeremiah?
Yeah, Jeremiah Trotter. That's his brother. That's his little brother.
Okay.
Yep.
So hey, you got the name.
Yeah, I thought they thought Philly was going. I think Philly was going to try to get him. But
Yeah.
I mean, not at the second round. We weren't. If he was there in the fourth, I mean, not the fourth. We didn't because we traded both fourths, and in the fifth, if he was in there in the fifth round, he would have got picked by him. But I'm happy for the young man.
And we'll stay in this division. Yeah. And even though Brooks isn't here to pick
Atlanta,
man. Atlanta, I mean, hey, I mean, they got a guy that's related.
Yeah.
To somebody. Hey, Mr. 41, you want to comment any on the Atlanta Falcons pick?
I think he's working.
He's talking to the producers.
Yeah.
They stayed in house with Zachariah Branch. I did not know he was such a fast guy until I actually started studying this. Because if you saw him in the Georgia games, it was kind of like little like screens because he's such a good tackle breaker. Yeah. But the guy can absolutely fly.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got some wheels.
Yeah.
That got Drake London some help on the other side.
Yeah.
Due to Darnell Mooney moving on.
Yeah. And then Avion Terrell. I mean, that's a feel good story, man, for him to be there with his brother, and then his team picks him, man. So I mean, I don't think he's going to be on the outside. In the NFL, I think he'll be more converted into more of a slot, corner. So play nickelback, but I mean, overall, it was a good story for Atlanta. I mean, they got some solid, solid picks. I mean, nobody like truly stand out once you get past the first two picks.
Yeah, and they didn't have a lot of picks due to that.
Yeah.
Due to wheeling and they dealing to. But hey, they went back to the linebackers. They love them some linebackers, man. Ken Daniels and Harold Perkins Jr.
Yeah.
So they definitely went out. I'm surprised that they didn't dip their toe more into the offensive line. Waters. They need to get Penix protection.
But then they pick up Tua for right now because Penix dealing with that ACL.
But okay.
Yeah.
Okay, they need to get Tua. Well, if there's anybody that needs protection, Tua needs it. Then I mean, he's one hit away from retirement.
Yeah, right? They playing on that hard surface in that dome. Oh my gosh.
So that's why I'm surprised they didn't go into the offensive line.
Yeah, put two Guardian helmets on him, man. I don't want to see that guy go through that again.
Oh, but I think didn't he play every game last year?
Yeah, he did.
That's pretty impressive. So
yeah.
Got to give him that.
But Atlanta, they got it for me. I gave them about a C+, B-.
So, just the lack of draft picks. It's hard to really give them hard to judge too much on 2, 4, 6 players.
Yeah, you can't. It's hard to judge. And then you go to Carolina. What Carolina did.
To check out Carmen. Carmen has a question on the board. Did the Falcons pick another quarterback?
No, they did not.
They might need one. I mean, they probably.
Well, like I said, what Philly just said, he has Tua and Penix.
Yeah.
I mean, I was like, hey,
Yeah. You go ahead and get that.
They ordered a couple extra stretchers. I think they got.
They might need contact Cleveland, right? Cleveland's got plenty of quarterbacks they can talk about, right?
There you go. I mean, take a 4th round pick for massage parlor and get him out the
building.
That's the only thing you want somebody more injury prone than Tua. And Penix, you got Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, there you go. Now you get 3 tenths.
Oh, yeah. They got to order some extra stretchers for sure.
Yeah, man.
Oh wow.
Sheesh.
So,
man, who we are? Carolina. I mean, I like that. What's that? Freely. Yeah, Freely pick. That was solid.
And Lee Hunter. Great
Hunter's
on the D line.
Yeah. Oh, that's the guy that played opposite of
Bailey.
Yeah, Bailey.
Well, I think that's why Bailey got a lot of pressures is because people were double teaming Lee Hunter.
Yeah.
So Bailey should give some of his signing bonuses to Lee Hunter, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Because Lee Hunter made him look good, and I like Brazel the second. I mean,
Brazel.
He was a monster against that Tennessee Georgia game. Georgia did not have answers him, and Willie. I mean, like I said, every pick they did. Sam Hitch, one of the best centers in the draft, got him in the 5th round.
Yeah, that was a steal.
Yeah,
I love Kansas State linemen, man. Those dudes are solid.
Yep.
Those dudes are solid. So, BB that's playing with the Cowboys, man, came from Kansas State, man.
Yep.
So
So overall a good pick. I hate to say it, a good pick for a team, and
I know.
gave Bryce Young some more help with that, shoring up the tackle slot.
Yeah, and then since we was talking about the Cowboys, we can flip back to the NFC East. I mean, I like the Downs pick. I mean, for him to fall,
kind of like a no-brainer when he goes that.
Yeah, you go up to 11, you gotta pick him up. I mean.
Oh yeah,
it was sick to my stomach to see him go there. I was hoping somebody else, would have picked him up, but I mean, it was a solid pick. Now I think they reached on Lawrence a little bit. I mean, the measurables is there, but he's still a little slighter build. They're gonna have to put some weight on that kid.
Yeah, because when you look at where they picked them, they because I think, they traded down. Because I think I guess they liked them because if they would have stayed with them, they could have got him. They could have got I think they had to go. I think they panicked because I do think Dallas was looking at Messidor, and I think which and the Chargers, another surprise because we had the Chargers targeting safety in their draft. I think that kind of like put them on the spot, and I was like, oh, they traded down thinking Messidor. Hey, and why not, right? If you see that the Chargers, the Steelers weren't going edge, you knew the Eagles were most likely going wide receiver. So they say, hey, Chargers going safety. Let's trade down.
Yeah,
Messidor will be there. He wasn't there.
He wasn't there. But they say pick your guy when you want him.
Yep. Yeah. If they would have stayed put, they could have had Messidor. And in my opinion, I think that would have been a better pick for them.
No, that would have definitely been a better pick.
Yeah.
And that would have gave them, believe it or not, a strong A. That top 3. But overall they had a very productive draft. I can't hate on them.
Yes.
I hope.
Right. I mean, and you see, they are, and I was listening to Colin Cowher a lot, and he was one of the few people, and I'll give Colin Cowher credit. When the Parsons trade come out, he said the reason they trade him wasn't because they didn't love him, they just needed more flexibility to build. Because if they would have committed $100 million to one person who. Yeah, look, you got to like Parsons. What he does, he's a pass, but he doesn't stop the run. If you're going to pay $100 million, you're going to need a guy that can stop the run and rush the passer.
Yeah,
that could do it all.
Yeah,
and Parsons just wasn't that type of person. So what do? They like, hey, they picked up Quentin Williams from the Jets, and then they drafted. Now they got Caleb Downs. Yeah, but hey, Barham out of Michigan, another edge rusher.
Yeah,
so, and then
he's solid. Yeah,
and what they did is they were just getting a bunch of edge rushers to hopefully think quantity over quality with Parsons. But the good thing is now that they wouldn't have because they knew they're going to have to pay Pickens, which they're going to have to pay him on the franchise tag, so that takes up money. They still got a lot of money.
But they're saying they I think his camp is trying to persuade Cowboys to I think they got an under the table deal to trade him because he don't want to play on that franchise.
Yeah, and the thing is they couldn't trade him until he signed the franchise tag.
Yeah.
So that's one of the reasons they
picked up in the tip was they picked up Scanlon Jr. Was it Scanlon Valdez Scanlon?
Yes.
Yeah, they just signed him the other day. So that tells you right there. Pickens.
Yeah, and like I said, when you go back to the Parsons trade, I know people didn't like it, but Parsons wasn't going to make that defense that much better. They just had holes a lot of places on the defense, and that's why they said, "Hey, we can't commit $100 million to Parsons." And no hard feelings. Hey, Parsons got his money, so he can. And he's going to a team that makes the playoffs pretty much every year. So that was actually a mutually beneficial trade.
And the only other thing with Downs reminds me of Malcolm Jenkins, where he's going to be in the box. He's going to play close to the line.
Yep.
I mean, he could do single high. I mean, but I don't know if he's like a true sideline type safety.
Well, because he don't have the size either.
Yeah.
He don't have that Kyle Hamilton type size.
Yeah, he don't have that. And then two, the Cowboys is still a little lost at corner, because I mean, you got the one kid on the other side who's always having ankle injuries after they paid him. I forgot his name, but
Diggs?
He's always no, not Diggs is gone. They got rid of Diggs.
Okay.
What's the other guy, man? Oh man. The other corner. Darn. Yeah, pull up. What's his name?
Bland?
Bland. Yeah, they got Bland, and they don't have nobody else on that other side. So I was kind of, scratching my head, like, second round, instead of drafting Lawrence, go and get you a corner, because it was still some solid corners that was on the board, but that's why the Cowboys are the Cowboys, I guess. That's my one dig for the day.
Because they could have went with McCoy with that second pick in the third round too.
Yeah, now
I said, I'm telling you, man, the Raiders. I tell you, I'll give credit for the Raiders.
Let's look at the Raiders.
Let's pick up because I love that first pick in the fourth round, because I was so mad at the Saints didn't get them with their third round pick. Like I said, I understand the tight end, but man, I really wanted Jamar McCoy.
Yeah.
I was like,
I mean, he was still, I know they were talking about ACL, but I mean, he'll be a full year removed from that?
Yeah. I think he got it January of 2025.
Yeah,
and I'm telling you, young people, and I can speak from experience. My daughter plays soccer. Her sophomore year in club soccer, she tore her ACL. Well, the next year, she was in a brace. 6 months after that, she was out of the brace, and believe it or not, Philly, she runs faster now than she did before her ACL.
Wow.
Before she tore her ACL.
That's a blessing, man.
So it's crazy. And matter of fact, she actually wore a brace her second year of club soccer in college. But then when she came home for the summer, she actually hooked up with a semi-pro team in the Georgia area, and that's when she ditched the brace, because she was playing semi-pro. She said, "Dad, I got to take the brace off." She said, "Because these girls are so much faster than I'm used to." I said, "Hey, if you feel," and that's what I did. I did training with her. She did the rehab. She put in the work. I said, "If you feel comfortable," and sure enough, man, she got 100. And not only that, she's beating me, and well, now I'm 50-year-old. I mean, how she can't brag if she's beating her 50-year-old dad in a 40-yard dash, right?
Yeah.
But hey, she was beating me. She was beating me in the 40-yard dash when I was 35. So I she kept getting fast. No, but yeah, if that's why I said a full year and a half now. And then by training camp, when you get into August, I mean that's 18 months removed. I mean that you should be good to go. I think. I mean, and the thing is, I guarantee you the braces, if he wears a brace, it's going to be a lot better than the brace I had bought my daughter.
Yeah. He won't have a satellite brace. He's going to have something fun where he can put it under his pads and backpedal and plant. And,
So that's what I'm saying. There's so many things. But that
was good value in the fourth round.
Exactly. Because, I said it in our mock draft. If he has no injury, he's a first round pick. He's the top corner. He's ahead of Delaney. Just from all my sources said because he was going to be the bet, but the injury put him down. But hey, the Raiders, they got their quarterback, and they got one of the best cornerbacks in the league. Look, they went quarterback secondary heavy. Got that safety Stoops out of Arizona.
Arizona. But I like the
they got both the safeties out of Arizona.
Both the safeties out of Arizona. And then what you think of Crawford out of was it Auburn?
Oh yeah, edge rusher. Well, he's one of those guys that he's got to be engaged. If that makes any sense.
Okay.
He does take players off, and that's why he fell to the third round.
Okay.
But
pretty much more of the same of what they had for the guy that they just traded to the Saints.
Who was that?
What's his name? Wilson. I know y'all just traded for somebody from the Raiders.
Yeah, because Demario Davis, he left.
Yeah, I know somebody just got traded from the Raiders, man. Wilson. His last name was Wilson.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Raiders. Oh, Tyree Wilson.
Yeah, Tyree Wilson.
Yeah, there you go. Good. Hey, good job. I mean, and Saints are my team. It's like, yeah. Well, see, that's the bad thing. I'm studying so much on the draft. I'm not even looking at. Looking on this. So
former Texas Tech. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean,
okay. Excellent. Yeah. Hey, and I guess that's why they traded him, because they have faith in Crawford.
Yeah. You know? So. But no, overall they did good. I mean, you come away with Mike Wilson, Washington Jr. I like him out of Arkansas. He's a nice running back, solid. You know, he don't fumble. He's not the fastest guy, but he's tough, man.
Oh, well, now you say don't fumble. I think he did have a costly fumble.
Oh, he did.
Yeah. That it actually cost him the game. They were actually winning the game, and the reason I know this is because me and Mr. 401 on our CTL podcast, we actually had Arkansas. I think it was I think it was when they played, I believe it was Memphis. And we had actually picked Memphis to win the game outright. We said, go, even though Arkansas was favored, we wanted Memphis on the money line, and Washington had a critical fumble to seal the game. He fumbled the ball. Memphis got the ball, went down for a touchdown.
Wow.
But yeah, it's funny. He doesn't fumble the ball until he fumbles the ball.
He fumbles the ball. Yeah, that's it. But that's like every running back. But I mean, but for overall, man, he's a solid running back. I mean, I like that to go behind the kid Gentry.
Oh yeah, Gentry. Yeah.
Gentry. I mean, that gives you a solid stable. You know, young running backs to go with a young quarterback with a solid tight end. Now they just got to get receivers, like solid receivers. They don't have any marquee receivers, man.
Yeah, and they were throwing dartboards with Malik Benson out of Oregon, but again, there's a reason he's a 6th round pick.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think, hey, you never know, they could be in the Ayuk market, as well. I mean, if Ayuk's out there, he's out in the West Coast.
Yeah.
So that's another thing that they could look at, and that's probably what they're looking at is, they wanted to shore up that defense. But if you look, what's kind of worrying me, Philly, on the Raiders side is I don't see any offensive linemen drafted. And
I mean, their offensive line was okay, but it wasn't all world.
Well, put it this way, first 5 games of Gentry's career, he led the league in hit behind the line of scrimmage contact. So that's an offensive line issue from that part. They did get better as the year went on. But hey, they got the tight end, they got the big 3. Their triplets is going to be Bowers, Mendoza, and Gentry. And so they say, hey, we're just gonna. Hey, they drafted cornerback, safety. I mean, they basically rebuilt their secondary. Is what it looked like, with an edge rusher on top. So it's going to be interesting. I mean, when you're in the division of Denver, potential
Chargers,
KC. I mean, good luck. You got to play each of them twice.
Yeah. And speaking of KC, what you think about what they did?
See, let's go KC. Get them on the board. Well, we like we alluded to, love the learning, and I'm a Peter Woods guy.
Yeah.
Like I said, if you look at our draft, I had a Peter Woods to the Patriots.
Yeah.
But I had a 1st round grade on him.
Yeah.
And I'm sure the Kansas City sought the same thing, so that's why they used their 2nd 1st round pick on Peter Woods. Like I said, I'm a Peter Woods guy. Granted, I think the Venable defect going to Oklahoma kind of played into him having a regression of sorts.
Yeah.
But I think he's got the tools, and I think you play with a Chris Jones, things are going to be good.
Yeah, he's gonna get a lot of 1-on-1s when you get on the field playing next to Chris Jones, and then you got Karlaftis, and then that other defensive end on the other side. So yeah, he'll definitely get the 1-on-1s to be able to make.
And they had to get they traded their cornerback to get that first round pick to the Rams. So that's why they said, hey, we got to need a cornerback because we traded a guy to get that extra first round pick, and I'm sure they didn't want to have to pay him.
Yeah.
So they said, hey, because they got to invest into Chris Jones. They got to invest into
Kelsey
Rice when he comes out. So yeah. Oh, and I like Garrett Nussmeier. I mean, you got him for peanuts.
Yeah, that was basically a gift.
Yeah.
In the 7th
and think about it, Nussmeier, folks. If people don't remember this, at the beginning of last year, it was talking about him in the first round. Who was going to be the first quarterback taken? He was at the top of the class, and then offensive line issues in LSU got hurt in the second game of the season because I mean they beat Clemson. In week 1, looked decent in doing so, but when you're hurt, it's hard to play. And then when he basically got pounded into submission. And then when Brian Kelly was gone, it was pretty much the writing on the wall for Nussmeier. But hey, the guy's got the tools.
Yeah, he's about 6'4". He got a cannon for an arm.
And, an offensive coordinator, NFL offensive coordinators that's his dad. He was for the Saints. He was offensive coordinator, so he's got that offensive mindset.
Yeah.
If you have a coach as a dad, so yeah, we know Patrick Mahomes is the starter.
Yeah,
we know that.
He's coming off the ACL. They're gonna need somebody
coming off an injury. And if there's one thing Andy Reid knows how to do, he knows how to coach quarterbacks.
Yeah.
You tell me a quarterback that Andy Reid has, and tell me who hasn't been successful, and you can't. He's every quarterback that has played under Andy Reid has been successul, all the way from Donovan McNabb.
Yep. Hey, Donovan McNabb, AJ Feely, Ty Detmer,
AJ Feely. I mean, and then Nick Foles.
I mean.
Yep. And then when Andy Reid went to the Chiefs, Alex Smith. And I'm sorry, Patrick Mahomes was not a blue chip prospect coming out of college.
Yeah.
But Andy Reid got him, gave him weapons.
Yeah.
And then multiple.
Yeah, because I mean, he simplifies the game plan. He makes sure he tells his quarterbacks, utilize your tight end. If it's not there, dump it.
Yeah.
And then playing in that West Coast style, it's all timing. So you gotta get the ball out your hand. It's not sit back and pat and play and with the laces and try to make the big throw. And then you come off the bus, you got Kenneth Walker Jr. There to hand the ball off to. So that's kind of another insurance policy for Nussmeier if he's the one that's going to get the nod. Until Pat get the clean bill of health, because I think he's going to start out on the PUP list. They can talk all that. He's going to be ready to go week 1. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I think he'll start.
But regardless, if you're Andy Reid and you're a quarterback, he will set you up to succeed.
Yeah.
So he knows how to win.
Yes, sir.
So I think that's I like them taking a chance on us, Mike, just because we've seen it before. I mean, he has passed the eye test.
Yeah. So Denver, let's look at them.
Broncos. Oh yeah, they didn't pick till round 3. Remember they had that they traded in the first round, traded out of the first round to get Waddle. So they wanted to shore up their wide. Although it seemed like they had 5 receivers. Hey, but let me tell you, Sean Payton, and this is coming from a Saints fan, right? I've lived under Sean Payton.
Yeah.
Great game plan, great play caller, not a good drafter. I'm sorry, he's just not. And that's why he eventually left the Saints.
Yeah.
Is because Mickey Loomis. He was the personnel guy.
Yeah.
And he said, I love you, Sean, but we're not going to get your guys. We're going to get our guys, and just do it. And that's why eventually, even with all that success, Sean Payton left. A lot of people said it. Oh, it's because Drew Brees left. And no,
Mhm.
it's because Sean Payton won the draft. Mickey Loomis said no. Well, this is what you get when you get Sean Payton making drafts.
Yeah, that's an incomplete draft. My gosh, who is who? I mean, other than the kid from Washington.
Yeah, and I know, and it's the third round, but Philly, I didn't pick any of these guys in my draft pick, so I apologize to our fans. These guys didn't make my draft pick. So, you know, put it this way, Denver's lucky that they got a lot of guys coming back.
Yeah.
But first, I really don't understand. Well, hey, Jonah Coleman's a great running back, but dude, you just drafted R.J. Harvey last year. You got J.K. Dobbins coming back. So and I'm sorry.
It's crowded running back.
And Mr. 411 can tell you, he's played enough fantasy football with me. The calculator does not draft Sean Payton running back.
Nope.
I don't do it because I don't know. He might get the first 3 carries and then you don't see him the rest of the game.
Yep.
So I you know, I love his play calling. I love the scheme he does, but I don't like him drafting, and that's why, hey, Saints got 2 first-round draft picks for Sean Payton because he was still under contract and left. I'm sorry. I was not sorry to see him go because, like I said, I didn't want him taking over the draft. Like I said, I tell you, Mr. Philly, I mean, because I'm going to give Loomis some crap because Loomis does pretty good sometimes, but I'm going to hold that Olave trade over until he's out the door. You know, but Sean Payton, we say he's even worse because you can see what a result of a Sean Payton team will get you in the draft.
So true. And then the Chargers, I mean, you know,
oh my goodness.
Yeah,
Messidor, they needed a safety, but they drafted an edge player. That's fine, I guess. Jake Slaughter, okay.
Then they got a little tweeny, I mean, he's fast, but a little slot scat receiver.
But they already have 2 of those guys on their team.
I know.
They got the Lad McConkey, and well, Quentin Johnson's not a scat receiver, but still, I mean, they got guys at receiver. So I didn't understand that. I can understand offensive tackle for Memphis because they need offensive tackle help, just because all their tackles are always getting hurt. Slater and
Alt. Both of them went down. That was it.
Yeah. So, but again, not a Jim Harbaugh special.
No,
I might add. So
no,
like I said, they said Slaughter will most likely be playing a guard because they, as you can see, they added a center. Tyler Diaz.
Oh yeah, he's solid. He's solid.
Yeah,
so he's a former Iowa Buckeye, I believe.
Yeah, I believe you're right.
Yeah. So yeah, he's solid.
But yeah, so that's why they got a guy that can play. Wisconsin.
So Wisconsin. Okay, I knew he was up there.
Hey, Iowa, you're one of those Big Ten guys because you had me. I knew when you said Iowa. I said, I believe he's in the Big Ten somewhere.
Yeah, I know.
Hey, that's a good call. But yeah, you get Iowa, Wisconsin, and now Ohio State seems to be great offensive lineman.
Yeah.
So that's why they got Jake Slaughter, not for his center play, but so they can move him to guard.
Yeah, he'll be good there. Yeah. I mean, they got a safety late. They picked up Genesis. Genesis Smith? Yeah.
Dang, how many safeties did Arizona play? They play like 3 safeties.
I mean,
3 safeties. 3 safeties from a team getting drafted.
Yeah.
That's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
I might say.
And they all had tape. That's the thing.
Yeah. Well, Arizona was one of the most improved Big 12 teams last year.
Yeah.
And a lot of it was their defense.
Yeah.
And I think they just played nickel pretty much.
Big nickel the whole game.
Yeah. And if you got the safeties, go ahead and do it. Play to what your personnel is. But as you do see with the Chargers, they invested heavily in offensive line because of all the injuries they had last year. They said, hey, what we're going to do now is we're going to get depth. And
they lost Mekhi Becton because he didn't fit their scheme. I mean, he went out there for the money, but was miserable because the scheme didn't fit him.
Yeah, the only year he did good was when he was with Philadelphia. Am I correct?
Exactly.
I mean, when Saquon Barkley had his 2,000 yards. Like, oh my God.
So it's like wink, wink, Makai, get back to Philly, buddy.
Yeah, that could you say.
But no, overall, I mean, it was kind of you get past Massador, and it's kind of a little crapshoot, So, but where we going next, calculator?
Say, we did the West.
Yeah, we got the West. Oh, black and blue division.
Oh yeah, well yeah, because I got to talk. I'm going to talk NFC North first because one of our listeners, Windy City. Again, I talked early. He loved the Dylan Thiemann pick. And he the one thing you don't see that Windy City said, "Where's our edge rusher?" And he was talking about, and he asked me this because interesting, separation, 7 points of separation. Dennis Allen, coordinator of the Bears, was a former coordinator of the Saints, was a head coach.
Yeah.
And I told him, hey, Dennis Allen is a great defensive coordinator. He's just not a good head coach.
Yeah.
But I told him, I said, as a Saints player, Dennis Allen, he will not draft edge rushers. He likes to pick them up in free agency. He likes to, get them through trades, and he sticks to the guns. You see no edge rushers on this draft, and that's a little bit frustrating because the Bears were one interception away from going to the NFC title game.
They were.
They were. But they needed to address the Dahlman retirement, so that's why they drafted for need in the second round. They got that center from Iowa.
Oh yeah.
So that helped. Xavier Thomas, a great receiver out of LSU, for got a good value. Again, we talked about tight ends, but I really don't understand the tight end in the third round because you have Loveland, unless you're and you have I think Komet. I think you still got Komet. Yeah, so I can understand tight end depth, but I don't see the Bears with Luther Burden and Odunze playing a lot of 13 personnel.
Yeah, no.
So I don't understand I understand the tight end. I just don't understand the third round. Tight end.
Unless they got plans to, red shirt the kid Roche.
Yeah, I mean it could. Well, I don't know if you're going to pick a guy in the third round to red shirt though. That's my problem. That's my problem.
Yeah,
I need to throw that out to Windy City on that. To see if because hey, if people Windy City gave me he was the one that was on the phone with me telling me they're drafting a safety, especially after Minnesota. They're drafting a safety. He said, John, calculator, put some money. If you're getting plus money on safety, put money on in the predicted markets on a safety. And sure enough, they drafted safety. So Windy City knows his stuff. So
I would ask him that, man.
I'm going to ask him about what if he knows what the plans are for Sam Rush and why they would have gotten him in the third round, because there were plenty of edge rushers still available in the third round that they could have gotten. So that was a puzzling pick. But overall, Windy City was very, very satisfied with the draft, with the exception of not having an edge rusher. He told me if they did not draft that safety, he was going to go to his safe space. He was going to have a safety. He was going to have the wife and kids go somewhere, and he's going to have to be off to himself, all in his feelings. So, but hey, we'll go straight to the Lions. On there. Lions do what Lions do. They pick an offensive tackle. Hey, that's what made them good. Offensive line. And with all those defects, they're going to get another offensive line. Blake Miller.
Yeah.
Big guy. Tackle.
He's not special, but
not special. But at that pick, you got to go with what's available. All the top really pure offensive tackles were gone at that part for them. So they say, hey, like they said, he's on the right side.
Yeah.
So as you can say, they got Penei Sewell.
Yeah.
So they wanted a left tackle so they could get Penei Sewell at right tackle, but the Carolina kind of took the left tackle that they wanted off the board.
Yeah.
So they kind of said, okay, Penei Sewell can play left tackle. we'll put Blake Miller on the right side.
On the right side, yeah.
So that's why they did that, is because they felt they had flexibility with Penei Sewell.
I like the kid from Michigan they got, Derek Moore.
Derek Moore, yeah. And they need all the
violent, bro.
Hutchinson needs help. I mean, Hutchinson been double teamed since he came out as a rookie.
Yeah.
They need and Derek Moore, so Hutchinson's alma mater. Both all those Michigan guys. Look at that, they're all reuniting.
Yeah.
Moore and Reuter. They definitely wanted to solidify the middle of the defense, looks like, and then solidify the offensive line.
Yeah.
And then of course, round it out with a Abney. They said Yahoo had picked Abney as their interesting pick because he's feisty. He's the Dan Campbell guy that he likes. So I thought that was interesting. Yeah. So with that, we can go straight to the Packers.
Packers. Yes, sir.
Kind of like the Denver.
Yeah.
Nothing special.
Nothing special.
But that's what happens when you trade for Michael Parsons was your draft.
Yeah. Yeah. He blew it all up.
Yeah.
You lose that draft capital, man. Especially in this year's draft, you getting the bottom of the barrel.
But an interesting pick. The only place kicker drafted was and of all the teams, it was Green Bay who just recycled kickers left and right.
Yeah, their GM was like this when he did. He was like, this kid can kick. Hopefully, he can kick up in Wisconsin, man.
Well, because 50-yard field goals in Florida is a lot different than 50-yard field goals on the first.
Yeah, you kicking an iceberg.
Yeah. And Carlson wasn't really that bad when they played him. He was inconsistent, but there's not a lot of people that are consistent in Green Bay.
No.
So it's like, hey, why not get a guy that has had over 12 50-yard field goals in college?
Yeah.
But again, totally different in the frozen tundra.
Oh yeah, with them winds swirling, open stadium. The turf is cold. Because it's not it's wind. I mean, you don't get no relief up there. So
correct.
But we will see.
Yep.
And now we go to the Vikings.
Vikings, yeah. Hey, I like Caleb Banks.
Yeah.
If you look at our draft, we had Caleb Banks.
Banks.
Let's see. I thought
did he make it? I don't think.
No, we didn't even pick him in the.
He didn't even make it.
So hey.
That's why I was saying that was the reach. He was the reach.
So that's why.
Yeah,
especially when you had Dylan, the one of the top safeties on the board.
Yeah,
that's why I was like, okay, because
I heard the name and I was like, who?
Yeah, I mean, like I said, kind of reminds me of a Derek Brown. Although Derek Brown's been fairly successful in the NFL for the Carolina, but they're kind of the same build. But again, he didn't play every single down.
Yeah.
So
he was rotational, lineman.
But it looks like it was a Flores pick in that those first 3 rounns.
Okay, maybe Flores got some intel on the kid.
That's all you can think of because again, I'm gonna knock him for having a chance to get that safety. But again, Windy City was very happy. But I think they could have I think he would have done a lot better. And then you could have looked at another D tackle, where you picked.
I mean, they could have got Banks in the second round. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I think Banks would have. Yeah. Well, in our, I mean, granted,
Yeah, you go safety.
You only need one team to fall in love with them.
Yeah.
And I think what they were seeing is, especially, and I do a lot of this in fantasy football draft. If I have like a 3-person tier, I have what they call blockers of guys that can block and they'll get picked before I make my pick. And they had guys. They had McDonald that I think I had a higher grade than Banks in my thing. Peter Woods, same way. That's why it was a reach. But again, they went from the mentality of they were going to pick their guy.
Yeah.
But you know what? That I think could come back to hurt them. But again, they filled some holes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we shall see with Minnesota.
And I think that's it. This comes to the part of the show, Philly, where we tell people, now that the draft's over with, now that the free
then we talk Baltimore.
Oh, yeah, you did say black and blue division.
Yeah, the black and blue division. Yeah,
my part. That's right. Well, the reason I didn't talk Baltimore is because we pretty much called their first pick. They were going offensive line, right?
Yeah.
And typical draft, they go offensive line and edge rusher. And look at what they got.
Yeah.
Ayanone and Zion Young, great guy out of Missouri. Again, another one of those pickers. And then of course they need more help because Zay Flowers. He can only do so much.
Yeah.
Bateman has not ever lived up to the potential. So hey, go to Mekhi Lemons. Teammate and Lane. I thought it was good. And Surratt. Hey, he's a national champion. You
can't go wrong. Maybe those two guys. They had a presence on the field. If you watch on Saturdays, they made plays. So they might not be the alpha, but they don't need them to be the alpha because you got Zay. But you get them out there. They get 3 or 4 balls a game and make one of those plays is a impact play.
That's and Isaiah Likely. With him gone, they went out into the tight end room and got them a tight end to play. So, matter of fact, 2 tight ends because I like Cuevas.
Cuevas is solid.
It's because I saw him I watch a lot of SEC football down here. So when he can get open and he can block too. He's one of those blocking tight ends that Mark Andrews is not getting any younger.
No.
And Isaiah Likely's been gone, so it's like, hey. They just pick 2 tight ends and see what happens.
Yeah.
And then another place kicker. They got themselves a punter.
Yeah.
Wasn't satisfied with what they were getting last year, and then but overall got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11 players. Got a lot of players.
Yeah.
So they were very busy, and again they filled need, and I think that's what typical Baltimore draft.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then we go to the Bengals. Again, no first-round pick. They got their first-round pick with the trade with the Giants.
Oh, yeah. Lawrence. Dexter
Lawrence. So they said, hey, this is our draft.
Sexy Dexy.
Yeah. Exactly.
2.5 sacks. First-round pick. 10th overall.
So, and that's why I thought it, kind of interesting. But, hey, we knew they were going defense.
Yeah.
The only defense that could keep up with Dallas when it comes to mediocrity, so they were fighting with each other week after week on who could do worse.
Yeah.
Again, it's going to be Joe Burrow again trying to shootout after shootout.
Yep.
is what's going to happen. And it looks like as you can see, they got Connor Lew to help up the middle because I will never forget they drafted the same year. They could have had Penei Sewell. They drafted Jamar Chase. Now, Jamar Chase has lived up to his pick.
Yeah, he did.
But man, Penei Sewell has lived up more than what anybody could have thought, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So that's why can Joe Burrow stay healthy? It all depends. They say Connor Lew was one of the top picks prior. He suffered a season-ending tour last October.
Yeah.
So has the tools, but McCoy's a lot. We talked about McCoy's injury last October. It's that it'll be less than a year for him to come back.
Yeah, and he's in the trenches, so you need a strong base.
And I think that's why they backed it up with Brian Parker second.
Yeah.
Get another safety, just in case, and see what happens.
Yeah.
So they're going to try and keep Burrow somewhat healthy. Because let me tell you, if anybody's watched the Bengals, they're a much different team with Burrow at quarterback. Hey, I'll put it this way, though. I shouldn't say much different because when they have Flacco in there, that 40-year-old was slinging the ball.
Yeah.
So they got – if you have a guy that can throw to those receivers – and I'll tell you this, Billy Rizzone, I told Mr. 4-1, I just don't know why the Bengals just wouldn't go out and get Jameis Winston. Go and get Jameis Winston. That guy will chuck it left and right. He'll throw 3 interceptions, but he'll throw 400 yards and 4 touchdowns. with 3 interceptions.
Yep.
That year, remember that year with Tampa Bay? His last year with Tampa Bay, led the league in touchdowns and interceptions.
Yeah, that's crazy. That was a hell of a stat.
And led the bad thing is he also led the league in touchdowns returned for interceptions.
Yeah. He was giving a lot of Christmas gifts.
Yeah. But no, let me. But we'll see. Like I said, not a lot of draft picks.
Yeah.
To work with, but again, Dexter Lawrence. That was their draft, and we'll see how it works out.
Yeah, we talked Browns already.
We talked Browns, and then the Steelers.
Yeah.
That we talked about. I mean, they went with, and I think you had a first grade on that Arizona. State
I had him going to Texans.
Yep.
Yeah, I had him going to Texans.
So good call. Good call. That we got bonus points for him going in the first rounds.
Yeah.
But you had a first round grade on him. So Pittsburgh did not disappoint.
No.
Jeremy Bernard. You said they know receivers.
Yeah.
Right. So and Bernard, that guy can do it all. Now, I don't know if it's a good comp or a bad comp, but a lot of people compared him to Curtis Samuel coming out of Ohio State that year. Kind of like a joker wide receiver can do it all. So we'll see how that turns out. But we know receivers, and Drew Aller still a little high in my opinion, but he's a hometown guy.
Penn State quarterbacks, bro.
I mean,
Yeah.
They needed,
was it Kerry Collins?
Yeah,
we digging in the crates, right?
Yeah. Hey, Kerry Collins, didn't he go to a Super Bowl with the Giants one year?
Yeah.
Though? So I mean,
he did.
It depends on your supporting cast.
Yeah, he was a part of I think the expansion draft. Carolina.
Yeah. Oh wow, I remember that. Oh, I do remember that.
Oh man.
But hey, I'm gonna do a shout out to their last pick. That running back out of Navy. I don't know if people saw him. That joker can play.
No, he can play, man. Dude, he looked like McCaffrey, man.
Man,
I know they would say, because he white doesn't know, but his play style. I mean, he's got soft hands. He know how to get skinny against get through some traffic, and then when he's in the open field, man, you're not catching him. You know, he was a good pick.
I mean, like I said, just depth and see what he can do.
Yeah, because they got Warren and then they got Johnson from Iowa who did nothing last year. So the backfield is wide open. Yeah, I mean, Najee Harris is not there. So that young man can, go and show that for one, he can pick up an NFL offense because you're not, at the Naval Academy, which was a limited, style offense.
Mm-hmm.
And then two, showing that you can block it, in the pass pro. I mean, he'll get on the field because you already know he can catch the ball, So I wish him well, man. I hope he do well.
So I the Steelers picked when they were supposed to pick. They got their guys.
Yeah.
So I the Drew Aller, like I said, kind of your head. But hey, again, before his injury, he was another him and Nussmeier.
Yeah.
Which they were both projected first round picks. That's what was so crazy about this draft. They were talking before a lot of these the season actually took. They were talking about 4 first round type quarterbacks, but Aller injury, Nussmeier injury. So that's what. And Beck, I mean, he didn't have an injury, but but he got the national. I think Beck actually helped himself.
By getting that national title, I mean,
because that put him on the stage, especially the comeback against Ole Miss that last drive. He showed some moxie, and I think I'm telling you, that last drive against Ole Miss and the competitive game against Indiana, that's what got Beck into the second round.
And I mean, is he ready now? I think the Cardinals would do him a disservice throwing him out there because he's not ready. I don't think he'll be.
Absolutely.
I think he's.
And not only he's not ready against the Rams defense. Seattle defense. And even the 49ers now that Bosa's coming back.
Bosa and Warner coming back. Come on, man. Don't do that to him. He won't make it past week 4.
It would be David Carr all over again when he got drafted by the Texans. Remember that?
Yes.
And led the league in sacks. And it was never the same after his rookie year. So,
exactly, because he's gonna try to dump the ball. He's gonna try to dump the ball off.
Sit back there and take more punishment, and for another year, give Beck a year to season, and then see what happens.
Yeah, because I mean, right now they got weapons, man, that can get on the field with him, but at the same time, they still don't have the solid offensive line that was going to be able to protect them 100%.
Yeah. That's man. Yeah, Arizona is just going to be in one of those things where they're like for all those years of the NFC East when you had Dallas when Romo was at his top, and then you had the Andy Reid Philadelphia Eagles. Just the Giants were good with Eli Manning.
Redskins / Commanders.
Oh man, with Joe Gibbs, the second coming of Joe Gibbs, the second stop. So so that's just a matter of. But let me know, Philly Red Zone, which you think is the hardest division. We'll go in the NFC North with your Packers, your Minnesota, your Bears, or your NFC West, which are Seattle. Your defending champion, Seattle.
I'm going to say the West right now because the West, for one, you need 12 to 14 wins just to win your division.
Like last year.
And in the North, I mean, hell, 11 games will win your division up there.
But it's going to be hard, though. They are going to be playing each other because, like I said, Green Bay's going to be better, in my opinion, next year. Minnesota is going to be better next year. Now they got you can say.
You hope with Kyler,
Kyler Murray. Yeah,
you got to see what Kyler show up.
Yeah,
and then was it a mirage with the Bears?
Well, that's just it, though. Yeah. This is the second year with Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
They were still learning with Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
So that they could be even better. And they plugged him. And people don't know this, but Windy City constantly told me. He said, calculator. The Bears were hurt in the secondary early on in the year.
No,
Johnson got hurt.
Yeah. DJ Gardner-Johnson got hurt.
Yeah. I mean, there was constant injuries, but they made it work. Caleb Williams, Ben Johnson molded him into a great.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say a good quarterback. Once Caleb Williams can get north of 60% game to game, then I'll put him in a more elite category.
Yeah.
But right now he's just a great athlete.
Yeah. He's not afraid to chuck that ball up. He believes in his arm.
Yeah. But
the only thing that I hope that it don't hurt him because he's trying to fit the ball in the tight. When he got away with it last year. And you know how these quarterbacks
except against the Rams.
Well,
he tried that tight throw, just like you said, and it got picked off.
Yep.
And he was getting comfortable with those two. That one overtime win against Green Bay with that DJ Moore. Got away with that win. Got the game tying touchdown against the Rams. He was getting a little overconfident, and then he tried that tight throw, and he got intercepted and basically cost him the game.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things like. You live by Caleb Williams, you die by Caleb Williams.
Yep.
But if you look at some of the games, the Bengals game they won at the end, the Raiders game they won at the end on the block, they blocked a field goal. I mean, it was a roller coaster to say. So you could say there could be the luck factor going the other way.
Yeah.
But you could say, hey, they could take another step up because they're going to be more healthy and. Loveland's back with more seasoned. Odunze, another year under his belt. Burden the third.
Yeah, Burden.
Hey, if you look at our draft show last year, we loved Luther Burden.
Yeah, Luther Burden. He went in our when I went in the first round.
Yep.
Yeah. So it's gonna be interesting. In that division as well. I mean, I would say just because, again, the West, because of the point differentials, and then the weather that they have out there, they got what? They play what? They got what? Dome, and 2 outdoor stadiums in their division.
Correct.
Then you go up in the North, you got the elements. Yeah. You got 2 domes? Yeah, basically 2 domes and outdoor, but the element outdoors come in one sub of sub-October. So
yeah, look at that
scoring
outdoor.
games.
Look at the Bears-Rams playoff game.
Yeah.
Hey, so I'm gonna if 411 or if you're available, I'd like to get your take on something if you don't mind. Are you still with the producers or do you have time to talk real quick?
Yeah, I think he's still deliberating.
Okay,
They got contracts to talk about.
Okay,
Somebody ain't happy.
So Philly. Well, I thought this is you. Do you think
Yeah.
Sam Darnold? Do you think he turns the pumpkin turns? He has to go. Turning back is the carriage going to be back? Is the horse going to be Mike? Is he going to be back into the castle as the lowly stepsister?
I would say late yes, early no. I think they're gonna go on a 2, maybe 3, 4-0 start because just off of the share, coming off the Super Bowl, guys are still feeling themselves playing hard. But the attrition, the football attrition, man, having that long 20-game season, you had the high, you had that highs of highs. And then everybody's getting paid, everybody's interviewing, guys ain't training as hard as, coaches ain't coaching as hard because it's like, hey, we won the Super Bowl.
Yeah, and I'll tell you right now, they're not going to have the hunger of the Rams. That was just so close. Or the hunger of the 49ers now that they're going to come back and should be fully healthy.
Yeah, it's chips on their shoulders.
And then Arizona going to be an up-and-comer.
So I mean, I could see the pumpkin coming back with Sam Darnold, but it's and then too, you lost a lot. I mean, losing Kenneth Walker, is a big deal. Charbonnet coming off of ACL, he's not going to be Charbonnet for a while.
And we've shown Sam Darnold is not built to win you games. He's to manage the game. He was, hey, hand off the ball, don't throw interceptions. When he didn't throw interceptions, that's when they won games.
Yeah.
I mean, the only games they lost is when the Sam Darnold, the 3 seeing ghost, 3 interceptions, Sam Darnold.
That's that, and then too, the defense getting those takeaways. Because you think about that Rams game when everything was on the line for the Rams, and the Rams had it. That was what, Puka 213-yard game? Oh my gosh, he was killing them. I mean, I was like, this game is over. I was in Louisiana. I said, man, I'm going to the hotel. I'm going to sleep. I woke up and I said, Seattle won?
Yeah. Well, the 2-point conversion, that wasn't a 2-point conversion.
Yeah.
That was a 2-point conversion.
That was a 2-point conversion.
I mean, you'll never see that again if you try.
Exactly.
But you know what? And the Rams saw that, and that's when they went. And that's why they got McDuffie. From Kansas City. They say we are not going to get burnt left and right by Marvin Harrison Jr., by Puka Nacua, they're by all these JTS.
JSN.
JTS. So they said, hey, we're going to get a lockdown corner and at least lock down one side of the field.
Yeah, one side of the field, and then you can play zone and coverage on the other side. Yeah.
Because they couldn't do that. They had decent cornerbacks, but they were small. And you're not going to get away with 2 small cornerbacks. Not in this day and age. So that's why I do. That's why I think that actually and since we're on this topic of who we think. I personally, I'm picking the surprise team. I'm going to go Super Bowl team, surprise team, and disappointing team.
Okay.
My surprise team is going to be the Giants.
Okay.
I just think they're going to be the draft picks, the Harbaugh effect. The neighbors coming back, Scatterboo coming back, offensive line rebuilt through the draft. I love what they did. Oh, and the defense. We didn't even talk. Yes, I know National Lawrence gone, but man, they got
Carter
and Reese. They drafted Reese.
Burns. You got Reese.
Thibodeau. For I mean, they have it in spades. So that's gonna be my surprise team. Sorry, Philly Red Zone. That's my surprise team. But they just I really like that. And then my disappointing team. You actually foreshadowed it. It's Seattle. And the reason is Seattle is, again, it's hard for that defense to win all those games for you. I
Yeah.
do see damn Sam Darnold taking it back, but dang, that division is just
Yeah.
brutal with a healthy San Francisco,
Yeah.
a hungry Rams, and an up and coming Arizona. Nothing against Seattle. I love Seattle, but I think they're going to be kind of like my Detroit Lions of last year, where they're going to disappoint. And then my Super Bowl participant and winner. I will say participant because we'll go AFC, NFC.
Gotcha.
NFC is going to be the Rams. I just I foreshadowed that as well. They solidified their weak spot through a trade. They said, hey, we're not going to be able to get a cornerback at that draft position when we pick. As you saw, Kansas City would have seen to that. So it's like, hey, let's get the best guy out of Kansas City, right? And they plugged their one hole. Then on the AFC side, unfortunately, the team I picked 2 years ago that everybody was surprised. Well, first we'll go with the surprising team. My surprising team is, oh man, I gotta go. I'm telling you, I don't know what it is, but I really, it's hard. Well,
it's in your division.
Yeah. Well, see, because I just, even though I didn't like their draft, I still for some reason, I like the Jets. I don't know why Philly's the red zone. It's just something about them. I like their offensive line. But when I say surprising, I think they're going to double their win total. Put it that way. That's why I think because they
won what, 3 games?
Yeah, so they got to they're going to double that. And how in the world can they not get an interception for the whole year? So I think that's going to rectify this. So we'll say that's the surprising team. They're going to double their my disappointing team is going to be the Patriots.
Yeah.
They with the Vrabel this Vrabel thing going on.
Yeah.
And I know the schedule hadn't been produced yet, but
they got first place schedule. They got Super Bowl schedule. Oh yeah.
So they're going to have that first place schedule. So actually, if you want to look at over unders, I'm going over 6.5 wins for the Jets, under 9.5 wins for the Broncos. For the Patriots. So that's why I'm picking. I do these win totals for my most
be like 8 and 9.
Yeah, something like that. Just they're going to come back with that schedule with the Vrabel thing hanging over their head.
Yeah.
And then my Super Bowl participant, I gotta go with the Buffalo Bills. Philly, I'm going to roll with them again. Josh Allen. They got. I know it's a whole new coaching staff, but I think that's a good thing. I really do. Sean McDermott, he was stubborn to a fault.
Yeah, he was.
Granted, he didn't lose in the playoff game against Denver. That was Josh Allen.
Yeah.
I understand that. But Josh Allen's not going to have very many games like that. He's usually Superman in the playoffs. He just, this was one of those rare things that it happened. They couldn't get it done. But I like Joe Brady. I think he comes from, he has a championship background. From a college situation. So I think Buffalo's going to win their division. I think they'll have the home field, and I just think and it's kind of weird, I picked every team from the same division, because I think that's what's going to hurt the Patriots. Is I think Buffalo's going to do them, and I think the Jets can actually split with New England at this time.
Yeah, and Miami can too. They do it every year. They find a way to.
They find ways. So that's why I'm going to. But those are my 3. What about you, Philly, on the NFC?
On the NFC, my surprise team, I am looking at the Carolina Panthers. Man, I know that's in your division.
Hey,
I like with Bryce Young.
Yeah.
I like the receiver that they picked up last year from Arizona.
McMillan.
Yeah, McMillan. Tack. Yeah, man. Tack is solid. They
Coker's back too.
Coker's back. Yeah, and they spent money on that defense, picking up, the defensive end from the Eagles.
Yeah.
By the way, Phillips, by the way of the Dolphins. And then Bryce, man, Bryce showed a lot of poise last year.
Yep.
I mean, tough start, but he showed, a lot of poise and being able to, stay within there. And those guys, even the coaching staff and the owners, they're behind them.
Yep.
And it says a lot about, the organization when you can get behind a quarterback,
Yep.
who
And stay with him.
not the biggest guy, but he got the biggest heart out there, and he's smart, man. He's a smart quarterback. He plays smart football. So that's my surprise team. My disappointing team, oh man, will be unfortunately the Tennessee Titans.
Well, in the NFC, we're gonna start.
In the NFC. Oh yeah, NFC. My disappointing team in the NFC, Minnesota.
I can see that. If Kyler Murray does not,
I think once you get traded from an organization to another organization, I mean, I don't think he have that Brett Favre.
And speaking of small quarterbacks,
yeah, and I mean, basically, it's just gonna be more the same. Justin Jefferson get 14 targets, everyone else get 1 or 2, and they'll win some games, but they're gonna lose a lot more than what they win because they don't have a solid offensive line on that side. And Kyler, that was one of Kyler's issues at with the Cardinals is the offensive line. So that would be my disappointing
and who's their
team.
Super Bowl pick from the NFC?
Well, the Super Bowl pick. I'm biased. Okay. Man. My Jalen Hurts, Kai Lemon. I think them boys. With Sean Mannion as the new OC. I mean, yes, they'll be learning the new offense.
What's new though? I'm right. I mean, they it seems like they churn
every year. Yeah. Yeah, it's like as the offensive coordinator's turn, it's a soap opera, man. But hopefully, we get at least good 2 years out of him before if he wins, and now everybody want to poach our offensive coordinator for a head coaching job. But I think with Jalen Hurts, he got a chip on his shoulder. Saquon Barkley. I mean, they still got guys. I know all the AJ stuff.
Yep.
He still look like I tell people he's still an Eagle until he's not.
Yep.
So we got to put him in the mix. I mean, so you got Smith, you got Lemon, you got AJ, you got
Goddard, the tight end.
Goddard, you got the kid that they traded from the Packers.
Willis, Robert. No, Wicks, Dominic. Wicks.
Yeah, Wicks. You got Hollywood Brown. Somebody's going to drop off, but they got bodies, man. And then the defense, man. They traded with Minnesota for Gennard. They got a defensive end to go with. Now you can't double Carter because Gennard's coming off the edge.
Mm-hmm.
And they gave him a 4-year, $100 million contract. So they believe in that guy's ability.
Yep.
So that's my NFC team. They're gonna fight tooth and nail. They, this home field advantage, getting that number 1 seed, if not the number 1, getting that number 2 seed is gonna be paramount in this year's playoffs for anyone that want to, compete to go to the Super Bowl. And on the AFC side, man, my surprise team, surprise team on the AFC.
Here, I'll.
I mean, I would say, let me see, the Texans. I like the Texans.
Well, with that defense, man,
man, that defense is fierce. I mean, if they can get past CJ Stroud. I mean, he's the one constant that's holding them back because his costly mistakes. It's not that the young man can't play. It's just he has these lapses in his game to where he want to hold the ball.
Yeah.
You got a tight end streaming across the field. Give him the ball. You don't have to throw the ball to Nico Collins down the field every time. Live the fight another day. So that'll be one of my surprising teams. The disappointing team, they caught lightning in the bottle last year, and the same division. It will be the Colts.
Oh yeah,
The Colts caught lightning. Yeah, they caught lightning in a bottle last year. Then it caught up
Daniel
to them.
Jones. Yeah,
Yeah, Daniel Jones. You don't believe in Daniel Jones.
and Jonathan Taylor stayed healthy all year too. So
yeah, that's very rare. And then surprising team, I'm gonna go on a limb and
well, you just say Houston
say,
Texans was your surprising team,
oh yeah, that's gonna be surprising team. Colts is my
and
disappointing,
then Super Bowl.
and then Super Bowl team. Ooh, I'm gonna go.
So you don't want to go Bills?
Nope, nope, because you picked
Okay.
them. I'm gonna go Baltimore
Oh,
Ravens.
okay.
I'm gonna go. I think it's gonna be battle of the I-95 bowl.
Oh
Baltimore,
wow.
Philly. That'll be
Okay. So
birds of a feather.
Lamar
Yeah,
Jackson bounces back, huh?
yeah. Lamar Jackson bounced back. You got Henry, you got Barkley on the same field together. Two guys, two goats. One already got a ring, the other one
So
chasing it.
you're not worried about the head coaching change in Baltimore?
No. Baltimore is like Pittsburgh. I mean, the coaches are plug and play.
Okay.
They have a
I
philosophy.
don't know. Harbaugh's been there so
They have-
long. I mean,
I know. Hey, but you know what? That can be a detriment to some team to have a coach, in a place too long.
Okay.
I mean, Pittsburgh got lucky with Cowher, but you seen what happened after he won his. It was kind of downhill.
Yeah.
And then you bring Tomlin in, fresh blood, fresh ideas. The guys are loose. You get, because I mean, you have the same coach every year, man. The message gets stale.
Okay.
And guys kind of show up and they already know what to expect because the coach don't change, what he does.
Yeah.
But you get a new voice in that room, and it's all gonna come down to Lamar. I mean, which Lamar is going to show up? The MVP Lamar or the Lamar that
But Lamar's not getting any
not.
younger. Philly, I've
Yeah,
said it before.
Lamar.
Father Time is
Yeah.
undefeated. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, it's
So,
undefeated, man. And if I have to put an asterisk, my asterisk team would be the Chargers. I just don't know what they are,
Yeah.
man. All the talent in the world, they just.
Yeah. Well, they got to stay healthy. That's just it. I mean, your
Yeah.
offensive line, you're not going to go anywhere when you have third stringers
Yeah.
filled out on the offensive line. Not even second stringers. I mean, when they're literally picking guys off of other people's practice squad and bringing them
Yeah,
up
exactly.
to their team, signing them so that they can start on game day. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I'm with you. Chargers, if they can stay healthy, they got the coach, they got the quarterback,
Yeah.
and they got the defense.
Yeah, they got the running back. They got everything.
So yeah, Mary Hampton. I mean, he's got it. Get him on the field. So
Yeah.
so
It's like you
That's-
shopping in
that's why
Neiman's
you put
and
that-
you forgot
that's
to
why
get your
you
credit
put the
card.
asterisk by their name. And that's why I didn't pick them as my most disappointing team because I
Yeah.
don't know what they're going to get. I know when
You
they're
don't
healthy, they're a Super Bowl contender, but when they're not healthy,
Yeah.
then it's Of course,
Yeah,
I guess you could say that for every team, but it's just that team
Yeah.
seems to revel in stuff like this.
Yeah, some teams are just snake bitten. It's just
The
it's
Jets.
just like
You know.
yeah, the Jets, the Bengals. We know what the Bengals
Yep.
are. They're gonna score 40 points and give up 55. We know what they are. It's just certain teams. The Lions. That's another. I mean, Jahmyr Gibbs is his backfield now.
That's true.
You
That's
know.
true. David Montgomery's not there to keep credit.
Yeah. So we'll see.
Hey, let me tell you, the reason Kenneth Walker III was Kenneth Walker III in the playoffs is because he had plenty of fresh tread due to Charbonnet. Like I said, fantasy players, football players did not like Charbonnet splitting carries.
No.
But let me tell you something. That helped them win the Super Bowl right there.
Oh yeah,
Because it gave
it helped,
Kenneth
man.
Walker
It helped.
fresh.
Yeah, and that goes a long way, man. You're not getting beat
Yeah.
up. So in an honorable mention, man, I hope your Saints, man. I hope your Saints, Olave stay healthy. The kid get out there and learn a lot. and y'all can compete,
Shuck.
man. Because I mean,
Shuck has been a pleasant surprise. I mean, and Kellen Moore. I'm so glad the Eagles let him come to us. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because the guy can call, can do an offense, and Staley.
Yeah.
And Staley's Brandon Staley's a great offense or defensive mind.
Yeah. So I mean, in that division, I mean, hell, y'all win 9 games, y'all in the mix.
Although we're going up against your team, the Panthers. You pick for that. So it's a
but I mean, I'll say this: I enjoyed when I went to the New Orleans Saints Eagles game, and I really enjoyed the Saints fans. I can go there and watch a game anytime, man. So I would, I don't mind looking and watching their games. They're good. I just don't know what y'all doing with Kamara.
So. Well, I don't think Kamara knows what he's going to do. I mean, but I'll give Kamara credit. Up to last year, even though he was on a losing team, the one guy that went out there every week was Kamara. Yeah, he went out there and he played his hardest. Father Time again caught up with him last year. So, but hey, we got ETN, so we do have more bodies in the running back room, but I'm telling you, I really like Shuck, and I like that they got him some playmakers. So
he got a big arm, man. The kid can swing it.
So
so
well, man, almost 2 hours, Philly.
Yeah, man. I guess that conclude, bro. We held it down because 411 had some business to handle,
which is quite all right. And I can't. We can't leave without subscribe, notify. We really appreciate it. 411 Sports World Network. Sharing is caring, as we like to say on the show.
Sharing is caring.
So and with that, the calculator with Philly Red Zone. As always, enjoy talking to you. And
likewise,
from Mr. 411, we'll see you next year, all right?
See ya.